the whole idea of mental health is relatively new for me. Like in the last 10 years, even though I've worked with people for many, over 30 years, um, the whole mental health was never talked about. It wasn't a thing. Like certainly when I was growing up, mental health wasn't a thing. And as I say, up until the last, maybe it's 15 years, I don't think so. It feels relatively new. And it's fantastic because at least it's a thing now. And now you can begin to take care of it. And this idea of being conscious enough to go, I think I'm having trouble with my mental health. That's beautiful that we now have that language, and that you can think about it. You can go, how's my mental health? And I think it's particularly so with men, and certainly older men. It's like, what are you talking about, mental health? Just get a grip. Stop being such a baby. All that stuff that men are told. And like, sadly, the rate of male suicide is huge. And I think a lot of it is to do with this, with that kind of mentality of, there's no space for men to even self-reflect and go, you know what, I think my mental health is not great, and maybe I should do something about it. Like the whole structure is not geared up for that, and there's so little space for men to kind of feel like they can even ask themselves that question. But it's such an important question to ask yourself, and to kind of check in, and to have some sort of frame of reference to kind of know, okay, my mental health is pretty good at the moment, so this is a reference for what it's like when it's good. And then going, okay, it's not good at the moment. My mental health is not good at the moment, and I need to do something about it. And this idea of that it's a continuing thing. It's not like, I suppose it's like physical fitness. It's not like you have a fitness goal. I want to be able to run this much and lift this much and whatever, and you get to it and you go, well, that's great now. I don't have to do any more of that. I don't have to go running anymore. I don't have to go to the gym anymore. That's great. I achieved my goal. It's like, everybody knows you have to keep going with it. You have to maintain it. It doesn't just stay like that. And it's kind of the same with your mental health. It fluctuates. It goes up and down. And it's not like you just get, oh, that's great now. My mental health is good. I'm sorted. It's something you have got to check in with every day, every hour, and see how you're doing, because different things affect us. And the accumulation of things can really damage our mental health, like not getting enough sleep, alcohol, too much alcohol, too much caffeine, too much of the wrong kind of TV shows, too much of the wrong kind of people, too much stress. All sorts of things can just slowly creep up on you and erode your mental health. And until you wake up and you're in a bad way, and you're very lost. And this one little thing, this one little idea of, if you can take one little step, that's I found that so helpful. Because when my mental health is not great, it's everything seems overwhelming. Everything seems overwhelming. It seems like you can't even get out of bed. It's too much, and it feels like it will always be too much, and it will never get any better. And this idea of, if I can just go and have a shower, if I can just go outside and walk around a bit, if I can just get up, whether it's get out of the chair, get out of the bed, get out of the house, just do one little thing. Not kind of go, and then I am going to be, singing from the mountains. It's just like, let me just do this one thing. Because what I found is, just doing the one little thing breaks the inertia. Because often, I know for myself, and from what I've heard other people talking about as well, like when my mental health is bad, there's a kind of an inertia to it. It feels like it's like this forever, and you can't move, you can't get going, you can't do anything. And this idea of, well, I'm not going to do all those things that I think I should be doing. I'm just going to do this one little thing, whether it's get dressed, whether it's to have a cup of tea, whether it's whatever. I'm just going to do that one thing. And what I found is the one little thing leads to the next, leads to the next, leads to the next. And then as soon as you get any kind of momentum with it, then it's good to kind of acknowledge, yeah, my mental health is not great and I need to do something about it. Either talk to somebody, talk to a friend, go and see somebody, take steps to help yourself not get into that situation again. I think that's half the trick with mental health, is to acknowledge it's a thing and then to identify things that are good for your mental health and things that are not good for your mental health. It's not to say you don't do the things that are not good for your mental health, but it's to kind of know, I need to, if I'm going to go on a drinking binge with my friends because we're going to a wedding or whatever your thing is, then I need to put things in place in advance to help myself afterwards. It's not like, that's it, no more drinking because it's bad for my mental health or whatever the thing is for you. It's more to kind of acknowledge, yeah, there's going to be a consequence of this, and I can do some things to balance that on the other side. So yeah, mental health, it's a thing, and it's a thing in other people as well. You can kind of keep an eye on each other and kind of help, kind of see when other people's mental health is. And sometimes if you can, if you have a friend, if you reach out to them, you can just, it's not like you're kind of gonna go and analyze them and sort them all out, but you can go for a walk for them. You can go to call into them and open the windows and let some fresh air in and have a cup of tea with them, or you can help them make the little step. These are the little things we can do.